Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Still got people coming in.
Good evening. Good evening.
My name is Virginia Whitlock. I'm going to do an introduction as soon as class start. I was giving everybody to 5 minutes after 10 because this class is supposed to have 38 people and we only have 14 right now. So I was giving everyone a little chance to get in because I'm going to have all of you kind of give me your names as well. This class, our first class session, which is 2 hours from 10 a.m. Central Time to noon. Forgive me for not knowing your time zones. And I want to level set the expectation of this class, how we're going to meet, the expectations around grades, around paper, around the discussion questions, all of that. The syllables that I post, the book, want to make sure everyone has access. We're going to level set all of that in class. I'm going to talk you through breaking you out in team groups so you can have a discussion, so you can come back and have a conversation as a group, because part of your grade is around participation. So this is really important that I don't talk for 2 hours, but we talk as a group. And I'll give an introduction about my background, my professional background as well. And then we'll get to know each other. And for the next 13 weeks, we're going to partner together to ensure all of us are successful. And those of you that are posting in the chat, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for letting me know why your cameras are not on. I will tell you that is part of the requirement in this class. If your camera can be on, that it be on. And the only way if it's off is you're in a place where you can't. And if you just let me know that in the chat, then we will absolutely respect that. But I do need for everyone to be able to participate in the conversation. So even if you're not able to be on camera, I need you to be able to have a conversation and talk and stuff like that. We got 17 people. We got 3 minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. It's so nice to meet all of you.
Morning.
It's morning here in Texas, where we got really bad snowstorms going on here.
This evening here, it is 7 p.m. in Saudi Arabia.
Beautiful Saudi Arabia. I worked for a year. I worked for Walmart in Dubai for a year. So.
In Dubai, it is 8 p.m.
Okay, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Oh, cool.
So, Virginia, have you ever been to Riyadh?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been to Riyadh?
No, I have not, but I really want to go. I'm actually signing up for a teacher session this summer to come to Saudi Arabia. So I'm hoping that happens. My PhD is in organizational leadership psychology, and I'm working on another paper. And so I'm hoping that I get to come over there for 3 weeks and do some research.
Okay, that sounds great.
All the best.
Thank you. I'm so excited about it. I really hope it happens. Guys, we got 2 minutes before we start. We only have 19 people thus far. Again, it is 38 people in this class, including myself. And so, again, we're going to start. 5 minutes after, because I'm a huge respecter of time. I know all of you are busy working families, and so I'm going to respect time. This is being recorded. I will upload it on the chat, but being present for class is really important. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It's so nice to meet all of you. If you're having problems with your camera, it is okay. Things happen. Technology happens. No need to apologize. We're all professionals, and so we're going to make it work.
I just want to say good evening, Mr. Ibrahim.
Thank you. Thank you, Fad. I appreciate it. Good evening.
Long time, man. We did not catch up.
Oh, you guys know each other. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I do want to respect culture. So if there's some things that I should know, please let me know, and I will make sure I respect those things. Okay, we are at 10:05. Good morning here from Texas, Dallas, Texas, and the North America market. And good afternoon to all of you. I hope you're well. Happy New Year to all of you. My name is Virginia Whitlock, Dr. Virginia Whitlock, and I'll do a quick introduction of myself, talk about this class, and then I would like all of you to come off mute, introduce yourself. And then we're going to go through the syllables. I need to know if you have access to the book. I am meeting with the IT person this afternoon to kind of download it so I can attach chapters, and I'll go back and add that. And you'll see, I'll explain when you post assignments. And if you need extra time, all you got to do, I have my email address in there. I have my phone number. If you can text me, I'm extremely accessible. And we're all adults. This is a master's program. So you will find that my leeway is very different from the undergrad classes that I teach, because I know you're all probably working professionals. And so if you need extra time with assignments, we would do that. The only thing that, and that's around papers. And then we have discussion questions, study questions, pop quizzes, feedback sessions, and things like that. So supply chain is a massive market, probably one of the best markets. I've taught this class multiple times at the University of North Texas, where I teach as well. And so we're going to just partner and get through these next 13 weeks. And I am a huge student of feedback. So if there's something that I can do better or something I need to lean more into, just give me that feedback and I'll be happy to adjust. Are we all okay with that? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
We have 22 people in class now. It's 10:06. My name is Virginia Whitlock. I am from Sudan. I was born there. I moved to the States when I was 10 years old. I have an undergrad degree in economics. I have my MBA. I have my project management certification, and I have my PhD in organizational leadership psychology. I currently work for an oil and gas company that I started 6 months ago. I'm VP for the Texas and the Mexico market. I run the largest land mass in the U.S., which is the second. Alaska's number one. And then I also work all the time in Mexico. So right now I am here in Texas because we have bad weather. It has been snowing, and we call it black ice when it rains and it freezes on the street because of how low the temperature is. So I don't know if you guys have crazy weather like that in Saudi Arabia and all the other beautiful places you're located, but it is really bad weather here. The sun is shining today, but it's snow and ice everywhere. And so I'm nestled in my office here in Texas. I run a team of about 475 people between Texas and Mexico. I have total about 10 direct managers, 35 team lead supervisors, 6 individual contributors, and then hourly technicians and dispatchers that report up to me. I really love what I do. I'm a massive people leader. And so me teaching is something I've always wanted to do. I love teaching. I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel so connected to, because I think learning is a two-way street. I think this is where we have honest conversations. about information, the learn of information, the sharing of knowledge. And so that's why I said this class is going to be very interactive, because I'm going to lean into you guys. I want to hear your perspective. I want us to have dialogues. I want us to disagree professionally and agree professionally. And I am so excited about this opportunity. Again, I seek feedback. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So if there's something you need from me, don't need from me, need me to push more on the gas on or pull back on, please share that feedback. We can do it as a group. Like I said, I'm an adult, so I don't mind feedback from the masses. And so if you want to share it open in our chats, because you will see when I show us through our syllabus, I have weekly team chats. So if you want to share information with your peers, that's a good place to do it. Or you can send it to me directly in an email, and I'll respond to you in an email, as well as you can text me. If you text me on my work phone here, my personal phone actually, all I ask is that you put your name and your last name so I can know who it is, so I can save your contact information, and we can continue dialoguing like that. Does anybody have any questions?
You are originally from Sudan?
Yes, my mother was Haitian and my father they met here in the US, where he went to med school, and then he moved back home, and we lived there for 10 years until, of course, the war broke out there. And then we relocated back to the States.
So could you please, Virginia, like sharing with us your phone number along with your email?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I put it in the syllabus. We'll go through it, but I'll put it in here too. Don't laugh at me, guys. I don't know my number by heart because I just got a new number, and I know it's 972. That much I know. I got to look under my thing here. Shame on me, I know. And then I'm going to have all you guys share your information with me, and whatever information you want to share with me, like where you work, what's your dream, long-term dreams and stuff like that, you can share it if you feel comfortable. If you don't, then I'm good with that too. Okay, that's my phone number there. All righty. So let's come off the mics and everybody just introduce yourself. I don't know what direction you guys want to go. Here I see, I want to make sure I say this name right. Abraham? Am I?
Yes.
Okay. Abraham, yes. I see you first. And then I see Yahya. I don't want to mispronounce names. If you're anything like my North African roots, pronouncing names is essential to respect. And so I want you guys to tell me your names and continue to say them so I can master them. Okay, let's go.
My name is Ibrahim Rifai. It is written officially here in the class, Ibrahim Muhammad. Muhammad is my father.
Okay, Muhammad is your father. Okay.
I'm Jordanian, mechanical engineer, 30 years of experience. I'm working in Saudi Arabia. I'm an executive manager of the company. I have very good experience in different fields, but what is related to the logistics and supply chain, in 2004, I was a procurement manager for one of the biggest company in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
At present, I'm working in industrial. We have a wood production line plus a steel production line. And we're working as a service for the construction companies.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really appreciate it. It was an honor. Oh, so I do want to add this thing. What are you seeking to get out of this class?
What I'm looking to have in this class. Frankly speaking, first, I'm looking and hoping that I will explore more in logistics and in the supply chain, because I work in this field, but I want to know more. What I know, it was self-learning. Now I need it to be organized based on some references and international standards.
Okay, I love that. I worked for 10 years for the biggest retailer here, Walmart, and I worked in supply chain, and it is a massive beast. And I'm so impressed with where it's going and where it's going to be in the next 5 years, because I'm telling you, where it's going in the next 5 years, you're going to need to understand manufacturing, procurement, and you're going to need to understand the logistics from US to overseas and the trade rates and all of that being combined in that. So I'm so excited about that. Thank you for sharing that. The next person, just come off mute, introduce yourself, and let's just keep on moving this train.
Hi, Professor. It's Martin. I'm a pharmacist from Bulgaria. I study here and took Master of Pharmacy degree. After that, Master of Public Health and Health Management, both from Medical University Plovdiv. After that, I take my Master of Science degree at Arizona State University, Clinical Research Management. I have over 6 years in clinical trials execution, managing clinical trials in different phases, like from phase 1 to phase 4, patient safety, and stuff like that. Additionally, I have over 8 years in the pharma industry. But yes, most of the time it's related to clinical trials and testing new medications, new treatments, and stuff like that. What I want to learn to, of course, the subject is very important. It's crucial, also in the pharma industry, as well. And additionally, what I was wanting to learn, something that actually we start thinking after the COVID crisis, that all these chains were cutted, that planning in advance and strategically thinking is very important. So yeah, something that we didn't think much before. We expected everything to go smoothly. After COVID crisis, we understand that this is crucial, and this wasn't only like for automobiles industry and other industry where the problems was obvious. It was also in the pharma industry, because most of the active ingredients were produced or manufactured in China, and when manufacturers there were closed, there was issue with the delivery of this active ingredients, and practically the production of medications all over the world was highly impacted. And there were a lot of medications that were out of the markets and stuff like that. So yeah, some things that we didn't pay enough attention, maybe because good specialists that were planning everything in advance. But after that issue with COVID, we understand that this is really important, and decentralizing the model is maybe the key, because if everything is centralized in one location, if something happens after that, over the world there are problems. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Martin, for sharing that with me. I'm going to want to know, as we get deep into class, what do you think about the new tariff that are in the U.S. are trying to put on other countries, and explain how that's going to impact medication coming in and going out? Because a lot of people don't realize the U.S. get a lot of their medication prescription and ingredients from overseas. And so the impact that's going to have on us, and then the impact other countries. Because another thing, our not so smart president, don't soon to be president, don't understand, tariff doesn't hit us until we exchange going out, not coming in and stuff like that. And so I want to know your feedback on that. Thank you for sharing. The next person, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Abdul Monin Hassan. I go by Abdul in the United
Okay.
States. I live in Virginia, United States. I'm a professional engineer, civil engineer, and I'm a branch manager for a big engineering company here in the United States. Yep, that's it.
So where do you live? You live here in the U.S.? Where?
Yes, in Virginia.
Oh, you live in Virginia. Ah, military
Yes.
Virginia. You're close to
Yes.
DC. What part of Virginia you live in?
I used to live in Northern Virginia next to DC, but I just moved to Virginia Beach, Southeast, where
Yeah,
like
I know.
a few weeks ago.
I know Virginia Beach. My niece lives there. She is former Marine. We were actually there this year, well, last year for our family reunion. So yeah, it's a huge military town.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. The next person.
Hi, I'm Muhammad Fahad. Hi, Virginia.
Hi, Muhammad. How are you?
Morning. Yeah, all is good. What about you? So, my name is Muhammad Fahad. I'm originally Egyptian and I'm working as a sales and marketing manager in a manufacturer company in Saudi Arabia. I'm responsible for Saudi Arabia and Bahrain as well. I'm very interested regarding this topic. I believe I need to like deepen my understanding regarding the supply chain. It's a very nice topic. Hello,
Okay.
Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I was going to ask questions. I always wait a few seconds in case like there are some pauses and stuff like that. So forgive me. Um,
No,
so you work in Saudi Arabia. Is that home for you full time, or after you finish working, you're going somewhere else?
yeah, I'm originally from Egypt. Okay. So like I live here in Saudi Arabia. So
Okay.
like usually my vacation I stay in Egypt.
Okay. Okay. What part of Egypt? Oh, I would go to Egypt in a heartbeat.
So have you ever been there?
Okay. No, I've never been. I want to go. I went to graduate school. I went to the University of Penn grad school with a young man, Rome, who was from there. And I wanted to go so bad, but I've never been. But it's definitely on my bucket list.
Okay, I live in the capital, Cairo.
Cairo, you live in Cairo. Oh,
Yeah.
is it as beautiful as it seemed in the books and the TV and all of that?
It's beyond your expectation. It's like
Oh,
yeah, oh my gosh, it's like a lovely place. You should come one day.
oh, I
Like
definitely want to come. Yeah, I definitely want to come. Thank you
yeah.
so much for sharing
Thank
that.
you. Thank you,
Yes.
Virginia.
The next person, whoever wants to go.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Okay, go. You went out. Go.
All right. My name is Mohammed Hilmi. I am originally also from Egypt. I live in North Carolina, United States.
North Carolina.
Yes. Yes. We also have snow for the last couple of days. And the snow is still on the ground. And old roads and side roads and so forth. So I have experience in multiple things. I've been in the restaurant for 9 years my life, and also I've been in the construction business as far as home sales, and finally actually I've been in holiday business for the last 15 just 2 years now. I'm a sales manager, well as finance manager, other things that I do for the dealership that I work for, and I'm here to broaden my knowledge in business. And I just love anything that has to do with business, economics, politics.
Okay. Thank you so much, Muhammad. What part of North Carolina are you in?
I am in Jamestown, which is basically a borderline between Greensboro and Highton.
You're in Jamestown. Jamestown. What is Jamestown close to?
It's Greensboro.
Oh, you're in
Great.
Greensboro. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where Greenville is. Really nice. You're close to Charlotte.
Yeah.
You're close to Fayetteville. So yeah, I know that. My
Yeah.
brother lives in High Point, North Carolina.
Actually, technically, I am.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you are. Fantasia is
Yeah.
from there. The
Yeah.
singer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Muhammad. And
Yes, ma'am.
whoever's next, just come off the mic and let's talk.
Hello, My name is Khalid Abdelkader from
Okay.
Egypt.
Hi.
Currently work in Saudi Arabia. I am an architect engineer. Work currently project manager in construction company.
Okay, you're from Egypt. Are you guys Saudi Arabia? Is it close to Egypt? And forgive my ignorance here.
Yes.
It's a plane ride, train ride, bus ride, which or all?
From capital to capital, 2 hours and a half.
Okay. That's
By
not
plane.
bad at all. Hey, thank you so much for sharing that. So tell me, what do you want to get out this class, Kadeem? 2 hours.
I need to يعني know more about logistic and supply chain as a professional to help me in our field.
Okay, to help you in the field. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay, the next person can just come off and we can speak and get through this.
Hello. This
Hello?
is Yahya.
Yahya?
Same name. Yes, Yahya. The
Say it
same
again.
name, Yahya.
Yahya. I feel like I'm
It's
not
easier
saying it.
to remove the H. So
Okay.
just go by Yahya. Yahya, yes. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
I'm Egyptian origin, working in Saudi Arabia as well. I'm structural engineer with more than 18 years of experience. So, and that's it. Basically my interest in the course, I'm investigating or exploring new materials just to try to establish my own business at some time in my tenure.
Okay. So let me ask you this with that information. Are you going to farm out the supply chain or you're going to own all of that? The trucking, the product, the manufacturer, the procurement, or are you going to farm some of that out?
It depends. Like
Okay.
I didn't decide still what type of business I'm going to start, but eventually I will have to have some controls on some part of the supply chain. So
Yes, you will. Thank you, Yaya. I appreciate you sharing that. The next person, just come off and introduce yourself, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Omar Abed.
It's nice to meet you, Omar.
Yeah, I'm from Sudan.
You're from Sudan. What part?
Yeah, I'm from Sudan. Yeah. Currently, I'm working as a senior site engineer for the international non-government organization delivering life-saving assistance to people in Sudan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you housed in Sudan right now?
Yeah, I'm in Sudan right now. Yes.
You north, south, what area?
Yeah, from North Sudan, but now I'm in Darfur.
And you're in Darfur, okay.
Yeah, I'm Darfur. Yeah, I'm based in Darfur because our office is here.
Okay.
Our office is here. Yeah.
And what are you?
Actually, I'm very interesting to have this class because it's gonna help me. It's gonna help me to achieve my one of my aspiration to establish my own business in the next year. Yeah, because I'm preparing myself to do that. Also, it aligns with my immediate goal, such as becoming the program manager. Because but in a humanitarian domain, because it is very tough to acquire skills in the humanitarian domain because delivering assistance to people in a conflict area is very tough because you have to have the minimum skills on delivering on how to navigate the challenges, how to deliver the right to cost effective goods, services for the people, and that has become one of the that is one of our responsibility, and we are accountable to donor, and we are accountable also for our communities. So having a minimum skills on supply chain is very, very important and critical for the humanitarian system.
Okay. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing that, Omar. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Next person.
Hi, Professor.
Hello, how are you?
Fine. I'm Jihad Muhammad, originally from Egypt. Currently, I'm staying in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, since around 13 years. I'm with background as a civil engineering. I'm working as a projects manager for a company working in facade and steel structure items. So I'm expected to enhancing my knowledge for logistic and supply chain in academic way. As I dealing and touching this logistic and the supply chain on my job in daily basis, especially we have a long supply chain on our job and on our work in daily basis. So I need to enhancing my knowledge in academic way.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Jihad. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next person.
Okay.
Hello, Professor.
Hello.
And hello, all the classmates. Hope you are all doing well. It's Siddharth Mazidi from Afghanistan, and I have studied public policy and administration in undergraduate degree, and it is my second educational program that I'm starting, and I wish that I have a good, I learned good and excellent skills from this program and from this course, and also actually I'm the youngest member. It's me in here. Our culture is we have something that the youngest members always have to respect the oldest, and now I have to respect all of you because from everywhere that you work, you're higher than me. For example, from the work experiences, all the members and all the classmates have more experiences than me, and also maybe they have actually most of the classmates have more educational skills than me. So
It's all of you. It is in our culture. And I wish in this class, in logistic class, I learn more skills about this logistics and supply chain. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And this is a class where we're all starting at the line at the exact same time. So a few may have more experiences where they may be able to explain examples, but we're at the line at the same time. So whatever you need to be successful, just let me know because we want to make sure you're successful, okay?
Thank you, Professor.
You're very
First, thank
welcome.
you.
The next person, please.
Okay, I'm gonna go next.
Okay. Hi.
Okay. Hi, doctor. Good morning. My name is Ola Atiya. I live in Ohio, south of Ohio. I am actually originally from Egypt. I am working in mental health field, and I don't know what else let me say.
Oda, what do you want to get out of this class? Because you're working in mental health. So are you trying to
Yes,
change fields, or you just want to kind of better understand supply logistics?
that's right. Better understand because I want to open my own business.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you for sharing that. Oh, I appreciate it. And what part
You're
of
welcome.
Ohio are you in today?
South of Ohio, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Good old
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
yeah.
Cincinnati. You guys got snow there as well, don't you?
Yes, we stay home. I have been 10 days at home.
Yes. I've been at home for 5 days as well.
Lol. Okay. We
Well,
enjoy
thank
it
you so
anyway.
much for sharing.
Welcome.
Exactly. I'm
You're
looking forward to
welcome.
your partnership here. Anybody
Okay.
else want to share? We got 5 more people that need to share. 4 more people.
Hi, hi, doctor.
Hello.
I can talk. Hello, how are you? How's everybody?
I'm doing
Yeah,
well. How are you?
fine, thank you. My name is Ahmed Hussein Rashaida. I am originally from Jordan, and I am based in Dubai.
In Dubai.
I am a telecom engineer. I have experience around 20 years experience in mobile infrastructure,
Okay.
and mainly my work is in field and control the vendors like Huawei and Ericsson and network for 3G, 4G, 5G. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Thank you all for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. Is there anybody else?
Hi, doctor.
Hello.
This is Rafat Abdul Wahab. Written there, Rafat Muhammad. I am one of the Egyptians in this class. Also, I am one of the group working in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. I'm a civil engineer, 54 years old, and I joined MBA to enhance my knowledge and to gain wider space and more horizon to know more things to be useful in my work.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Rafa. I appreciate that.
Thank you, doctor.
The next person, we got 17, 18. It's now 20 people in here.
Hello, doctor.
Hello. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, this is Mohammed Mujahid. I'm civil engineer, 25 years experience. Work in Saudi Arabia, originally Egyptian. Work in Dubai for some time and in Saudi Arabia for around 12 years. Work in the steel structure, engineering and manufacturing. I happy to participate in this course because I have worked before as a procurement manager for a company for many years, and I want to enhance my knowledge academically with this course, inshallah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your partnership here. The next person, please.
Hello, doctor.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Hatem Abu Al-Anin. I'm originally Egyptian also, and I'm working currently as a finance manager in one of the distribution companies in the FMCG field. And I'm located in Dubai. Regarding the course, I'm looking at, as we are interacting directly on a daily basis with the logistics department and supply chain department. For me, at least, I'm feeling that still some academic knowledge still needs to be known based on the interaction you are doing on a daily basis. So I'm looking forward to learn more about it and to learn, to know more about the industry itself, about the supply chain functions, logistics, and how it works.
Thank you so much. Say your name again.
Hatem.
Hatem. Hatem. Hatem.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Hatem. I appreciate that. And the
Thank you.
next person, please. We got two more people that I haven't heard from. I'm looking at
Hello.
everybody's name. I think I see my last two people here. Wow.
Hello.
Hello?
This is Mahmoud Tahir from Egypt. I'm working at National Bank of Egypt in corporate banking and structured finance. And I'm looking forward to know more about supply chain and logistics through this course, inshallah.
National Bank of Egypt. Oh, that sounds amazing. So your background is in finance?
Yeah, finance and economics.
Did you say economics?
Yes.
Someone after my own heart. I'm an economics girl too.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you so much for sharing. I'm looking forward to this partnership. And we got one more person, and I know who that is, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
So, hi everyone. My name is Wafa. Hello, Professor.
I can barely hear you off.
So, I'm so sorry. I'm not in a place that I can really talk.
Well,
So,
that's okay. I take notes. I take notes to remember people, and so that's why I was trying to catch what you were saying. Waf, if you could just put it in the chat, please, like where you from, where you're working, your field, why supply chain. That way I have those notes so I can reference while we're in class.
yeah, okay, my favorite. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. And please let me know if there's anything I can do to help support. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for introducing yourself to me. I am going to pair you guys because you will be working on the team project. And so I took notes to kind of make sure I'm pairing people with the right backgrounds. I like to kind of mix people up because I'm a massive collaborator, leader, and instructor. And so I think collaborating and having different backgrounds will make you be able to take a project to the next level. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Do all of you have access to your books?
I have seen it in Moodle. I have downloaded, but it requires a special software to open it, I think. So, yes, because the extension is EPUB.
So that may be me. I was traveling and the engineer tried to reach out to me like early this morning, different times, I think. And so I'm going to meet with him after this session because I have access to the book, and I asked them, I said, am I to give my students access to the books? And so I know it's here, but I didn't know if you guys needed assistance with downloading it. And if that is the case, that's completely on me. Then I'll be the one that be responsible for that. But I'll get the book there this afternoon. And so if that's the case, then that may prohibit us from being as engaged as I would like in the class. And I do not want to hold any of you accountable for that. For now, I'm going to open the book and I'm going to go through, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through chapters 1 and 2 so you can kind of look at them. We're going to go through this syllables and we're going to go through like the expectation with assignments and class projects and things of sort. And then I will meet with him this afternoon. Always give assignments. So today is the start of the class. I give you to Monday of the next week. So I give you, if we're counting days, it's like 8 days for assignments. And so if you need more time because the book's not being available, then I'll give you more time. All you got to do, like I said, is text me or I can just extend the classes due dates out a few days so you can have more than ample time. I will say one thing, these chapters are really, really short. So that's the key thing here. And it wouldn't allow me to download it, which is another reason why I'm meeting with the engineer, because normally I like to download the book, mark through it, and then feed it back into you guys so you can have access to it. And so I
I
apologize for
think
that.
Mhm. Sorry for interrupting you, Professor. I think there
That's
is
okay.
a free software for EPUB books. I just wrote it. It's Caliber named. They have option to redact books, to open ebooks and stuff like that. So you can literally Google EPUB books how to open or use this software. It's free, available for Windows and Mac. Or
Okay.
another software, of course.
Okay. Well, do you guys want to try to see if you can open the book? Want to take a few seconds to see if you can open?
I can open it.
I'm talking to everybody. Thank you so much for
Yeah, yeah.
sharing that. But could everyone else just take a few seconds to see if you can download the book?
Okay, we will try.
Okay.
I actually downloaded it.
Actually, I believe that one of previous courses have like one of the first courses that we took with Windsor. There were some instructions how to open EPUB books. I'm not sure if it's here available, but I believe like a couple of semesters ago there was some instructions provided by the
Excuse me,
university.
Professor.
Yeah.
I just from Moodles, there is a link for app can read EPUB. I just share it in the chat box.
Yeah, exactly.
So it will
Thank
be
you.
easier. I think there is another one. Yes, it's only one. It's called Ice Cream Apps. The link there in Moodles, I share it in the chat window.
Because this is the book guide. So if you guys take a few seconds and do that, and let me know if anybody's having difficulty. We'll take a few minutes because I want to make sure we're set up for success before we get started.
اشتروا بيتزا دليفري مش فري 16 ريال.
I think the ice cream reader is working. Yes,
Okay.
it's opening the book now.
Okay. Okay. Is that for everyone? I'm gonna stop sharing so I can. If you guys could just do a thumbs up to let me know everybody's okay. You go to the reactions here. It's a little thumb up thing like that.
It opened up with that application.
It'll open up an application. Everybody okay? I'm taking this as everybody being okay. Nobody's saying anything. We getting the book downloaded? Yep. Okay. Thank you. I'm seeing check-ins. I'm going to give it like one more minute and then we're going to go ahead and continue getting started because I'm going to go through our syllables and through our books, questions, and then I'm going to talk to you about some updates I'm going to make in the platform. Okay. Okay, good. I'm seeing everybody okay. You guys will find that I like to bring in things that's going on in the world into our class to help us kind of really understand what supply chain is. You hear me talk about companies like Amazon, Walmart. I will do research on companies in Saudi Arabia so that I can kind of pull some things in so that we can have conversation. I know Amazon is in Saudi Arabia, FedEx and all of that, but to really kind of understand supply chain, the difference between procurement, manufacturing, supply chain, like what does it really mean? So we're pulling some real world examples. All right, well, I'm taking this as everybody is good. And so I'm going to go back to continue to share so we can go through our syllables. Okay, everybody's ready. So this is, like I said, this tool is very unknown to me. I'm used to teaching in Canvas, which is a huge thing for us here. But I have a meeting this afternoon to kind of make sure I'm aligned with everything it needs to be. So this may change a little bit, but I will post a note and say, hey, I'm adjusting times because of some changes that I'm making. So I will never do anything and not let you guys know that I'm doing it, first of all. And second, giving you additional time because anything I completely own that I need to make some adjustments so that this class is exactly what I think it needs to be. And then giving you time and letting you know. I'll post it in our chats. So you'll see here, as you can see on the side, here you'll see topics. That's topics 1, 2, all the way down to 13. Those are the classes. And you'll see this section said week 1 team chat. This is like, I put a chat in here last night where I said, this is the weekly chat regarding questions, concern, please post here. I got my email address. I will add any updates to the syllables, to assignments, and I'll put it in whatever week chat that we're in. And then I will also, if you need to email me, because this is where we all have access to. So if you feel the need to have privacy, and I completely respect that, you can, like I said, text me. I put my number in the chat, or you can email me. I check my texts and I check my emails every day to make sure I'm not missing anything. So my goal will always be to answer you as quickly as possible. Because of the time difference, it may seem longer, but like the end of day, I'll check to see if there's anything. I check every afternoon of Central Time, which is where I'm located in Texas, to make sure I'm updating everything. So, and then if you text me, I'll respond to you right away. Unless I'm traveling, but you guys will know that. I'll say, hey, this week I'm traveling to, California for work. And so the time difference is Pacific time. So that's 2 hours later than it is in Texas. And so this is how much time I need to respond, but I'm always available. So this is where we can put questions. And then these are our team assignments. This is where you'll see you have to complete this, you have to complete that. And so here for this week is chapter 1 and 2. Again, making sure everybody has access. You guys, after every chapter, and I'll go back to the books, I'll speak on this and then I'll go back to the book for reference. You'll see I'm talking about there's a study question section and a challenge question section. Normally, I like to do discussion questions through the week because we only meet one day a week for 2 hours. And normally, I like to do discussion questions where you have to post 3 times a week. Again, this may change as I have a meeting after this class to go with the technology and my direct report to make sure I'm aligned with the standards because I was traveling, I didn't get a chance to meet with the team to make sure that this was right, but I didn't want you guys to come in here and nothing not being there. So it's easy for me to adjust it than to leave it blank. And so you'll see that I need for each question, study and challenge questions to be responded in 150 words. And that's not a lot of words at all. It's about anywhere from 5 to 6 questions per section. And so you have 150 words. And then you have a case study after every chapter at the end of each chapter where you're going to have to write. And I would like for you to use 3 different references. Of course, use the book as a reference, but I want you to go to outside sources for reference. And this is your syllables here. If you click on this, this will show you your syllables. Okay. And this is your syllables here. Name of the course. It has points. So discussion questions, presentations, projects, and case studies. Those are 60 points total. Assignment and quizzes. We have 2 quizzes. It may go down to just 1. I'm not really a quiz type of thing. You all are brilliant, way smarter than I am. So I may change that into like a mini project. And then your final exam, which is the open book. And here are your weekly assignments. As you can see, this class is on the 12th, due by the 20th. And so you see the time frame here that will take us to the end of course. I'm going to talk about week 13, which is the last week, and why that's a little shorter of a week. And I'll explain that. But as you can see, like this week is chapter 1 and 2, the reading assignment. I think it's really important. Go ahead. Somebody has a question.
Yes, Professor, the Word document is not showing.
What? You can't see the syllables?
No, only the model screen.
Okay, let me stop. Okay, let me stop sharing. Thank you for sharing me that. Okay. Okay. Give me just a second here. Make sure I don't have too much stuff open. Okay. Okay. I'm sharing. Okay. I know. So can you see the syllables now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for telling me that. I'm so sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Go back down here. We were talking about the course grading. You see the discussion questions, presentations, and projects are 60 points. I'm going to remove that second quiz from week, I think it's either 6 or 7, and I'm going to do like a post project. And then I'm going to do your final exam, which I'll do that. And then total, the points are 100 points for this class. So for week 1, which is this week, it's chapters 1 and 2. Like I state, the chapters are kind of small, but it's very good reading. I've already kind of read chapters 1 and 2 yesterday. And so it's really good reading. And then there's a case study for chapter 1 on page 169. And then that is a paper that you're going to write. And I mean, you're a master's student, so writing should not be a big thing to you. I mean, PhD, I mean, you got almost 40,000 words. So I have 1,050 to 250 words per paper. And the reason being is that supply chain is such an amazing field, actually. It's so amazing, but it's so it's more complex than people think. So you're going to need a few words to kind of get to the point of what the case study is asking about. I ask that you use 3 references. Of course, use your book as a reference, and then 2 outside sources. I'm asking this question to seek to understand only. Are you all familiar with how to properly cite papers and research papers? That was
Not really.
okay. All right. So I can help you with that. I will also post, and this is just a sample paper that I wrote. I'll post a sample paper that I wrote from my master's program where you see how to properly cite, and I'll highlight things like how to properly cite, how to reference, how to build a title page, and all of that. And then I will do a video and kind of go through it and say, this is where you have the title page, which is the first page. Then you have your introduction, you have what they call the body of the paper in the middle, and then you have the end where you summarize it. The introduction is telling, I'm talking about supply chain. It was created, blah, blah, blah. The reason supply chain is on the rise, blah, blah, blah. 60% of consumers are now per blah, blah, blah. And then get into the meat of the paper, which is what the question is asking you. And then at the end, you summarize all of it. I'll put some examples there, and I'll support any way I can. I'm the type of person, if you don't ask me anything, then I think you understand it. So that's my feedback to you. Please let me know how I can support. Tell me what you need, and I'll supply it. I'm also going to be putting clips from what's going on in the world. And when I say the world, I'm talking about the complete world, not just the US. Things going on regarding supply chain shortages, shipment, logistics, manufacturing, procurement, and all of that. I'll put little articles and stuff in there so that you can click on it. It'll be YouTube and just reading assignments. And so that's just continue your knowledge and stuff. We may have a discussion question again when I meet with the team with Mike this afternoon to kind of make sure I'm posting and connecting everything correctly so that you guys have access to it. And if you can't open it, just let me know. And then I may send you the link to say, hey, go to YouTube, this article. Is that okay for everyone?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, for each week, we have a reading assignment, and the reading assignment we will be discussing in class. So it's important. I think I'm going to change this. I may change this a little, and the reason being is, like, I know you guys didn't have access to the book, so we may be discussing a lot of the reading assignments in class, but I recommend that you kind of read ahead so that you can be prepared, because like next week we'll be into chapters 3. If I can do discussion questions, it'll be for chapters 1 and 2. So like this afternoon, take you a few minutes. The chapters are really short. They're like 5, 6, 7 pages. This book is really, really short. And then you can just read it so you can be prepared for class. During class, we'll talk about the reading assignment. I may talk about this. I may remove and we talk about the study questions in class, and you only answer the challenging questions as an assignment. And then the case study is when you're going to write a paper on it, and it's going to be due the previous week. Also, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world and pull it into the reading assignment as well. So this is where we have conversations. I'll ask questions. I'll break you up into groups, and you either stand for an argument or fight against an argument around farming out, manufacturing, procurement. Is it the same thing? If it's not the same thing, and talking through that. So we'll have conversations like that, because I'm a visual learner. So if you're anything like me, and I will be asking you, like, what's your learning style, so I can better understand how to ensure that this class is very engaging to you and you're getting what you need from it. You'll find that I'll say, hey, okay, you're a visual learner. Walk me through what you think visually this means for you from an engineer perspective, or like Wolfgar, who's a communication manager. How will you apply this in your day-to-day? So it'll be conversations like that. And this is basically what our syllabus is going to be. You'll see reading assignments, study and challenging questions, and case studies that you'll be responsible for writing a paper on. And I'll be grading those for you and posting those grades for you. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, like I stated earlier, if I ask if anybody have no question and nobody says anything, then that gives me permission to kind of move this train forward. If you're kind of a little shy or introvert, because I'm an extrovert, so I have a big personality, you can message on the side and said I have a question and things like that. The paper title option. Omar, can you explain a little bit what you're asking? APA style. Yes, Muhammad, APA style. Omar, are you still in class? I don't see Omar. Is title page optional? No, it is not. You have to have a title page. You guys are master students. And so you have to have a title page and you have to have it APA format. Let me just take some notes on things that I'm going to add in here. I'm going to add an APA format template. Title pages are not optional. They must be. And your word count does not include your title page and your references. So remove that from that. So if you're, say, for example, you submit a paper and it's only 1,055 words and that includes your reference and title page, you didn't meet the word count. So your word count has to be on the actual body of the paper and not your title page and reference page.
I think, Doctor, that he's asking about the subject of the paper. He's not meaning the title. He's asking, like, are we going to select the subjects of the paper, or it will be assigned by you?
Oh no, your subjects of your paper would be your case studies. I'm gonna go into the book, and you guys let me know if I'm sharing the book. So give me just a second here, and I'm gonna show you the example where in the books they have subject title. Give me just a second here. Okay. And thank you for correcting that and giving me more knowledge on that. Is this it? Okay. So let me show you guys what I mean about the case studies. And I'm only working off my laptop and not my big monitor here. Because when I tried to plug it up this morning, I couldn't hear. So I'm going to have to fix that one too. Sorry. Like I said, these chapters, see how small these chapters are? They're really small chapters. So this is going to be a really good class. We're going to be able to really have good conversations here. My students in the econ class that I teach, they mess with me because they said I'm the oldest 40-year-old person they know because I like paper. So I've already printed this book out and made notes in it. Okay, so you guys see, first of all, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So as you see, this is case study 1. So this will be the title for that paper. Integrated Logistics for SES/BAG. And this is talking about engineering for all these amazing engineers in this class, the Boston Aerospace Group. And so you will read this. This will be the name of your paper. And you will take these questions at the end of this and write me an amazing paper. Does that make sense to everyone?
Again?
You want me to explain again? Of course. So this is case study 1. This is your first writing assignment. This will be the title of your paper here. And then read this case study, take these questions here, and write me a paper of 1,050 words, the max, to 2,500 words, answering these questions into a paper.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. And we will be following APA style. APA is making sure you have proper heading. It's making sure you have a title page, making sure you are referencing resources. Now, I recommend that you use 3 references. And why I said 3, you can, of course, use your book, but you may have some outside data where you can get another reference to kind of help frame your point in the paper. So that's why I said 3 references, 1 this book and 2 outside sources. Again, I will post, and let me put that on there, post a sample paper that I did for my MBA program so that you can kind of understand how to properly reference and citations. And there's no such thing, and I know people don't like this argument, but it's something that needs to happen. There's no such thing as original thought. I mean, that it isn't. And so when you read something and you comprehend, you still have to properly cite it. You may interpret it different and write a paper on it, which is exactly what we all do, but you still need to properly cite it. So if you references Bell books on mental health and psychology, then you have to reference her. And you might not do direct quotes, but if you take anything from that book and put in your paper, you need to properly cite it.
Doctor, I just have one question.
Of course.
I was reading the description of the week 1 class assignment. So there are 2 requirements, if I'm understanding correctly. One is the answer for the questions of chapter 1 and 2. And the second is the paper, which would be based on the case study on page 169, right?
Yes, sir.
Both would be submitted as a separate submissions or a single file, single Word file?
So your case study is in your paper and your questions. Let me go back to a chapter real quick. You can just like these here, like your study questions and your challenge question. You can put those 2 on the same page and just answer them out in a question. Like description between relationships among firm revenue, costs, and the number of stock keepers unit. Answer that question. Description, some of the logistics and supply chain challenges related to security regulations and compliance. Answer that question. And you can put these 2 on the same page. It doesn't have to be an APA format. Just put your name on it when you submit it, the date, and then meet the at least 150 words. And I may go back and change this because this may not be 150 words. So I'm going to probably start at 50 word count to answer. So I'll go in and adjust that so that you guys can hear me real time. I'm going to adjust the word count on the question to 50 words and answer those questions. And you can put those 2 on the same page, but your paper, your case study has to be submitted in APA format with proper references and a title page.
Okay, so I got it. It's like a quiz and assignment. So the quiz would be based on the questions and the assignment would be based on the case study.
Yes.
And one last thing, this 150 or 50 or whatever adjustment you do will be per question or for all?
For all questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do you guys think that's fair?
Life never be fair.
I'm sorry?
Life never been fair, so we have to accept it.
Okay. Interesting perspective. The doctor in me thinks that there's nothing too big that you can't handle. But for me, this class is really important. Like the years that I worked in supply chain, I mean, it's a hole that you go deep in and come your way up on. And so these are some of the things that will help you really understand that. Because a lot of time people don't understand procurement and manufacturing is not the same thing. And so these questions will help you do that. So I know you guys can do that. I'll change it to 50 words because me reading the questions, I can answer this in less, but 50 will help you really understand what that is. And that's the
Doctor,
most important.
and I don't like you to misunderstand. That was just a
Oh, no,
joke.
no, no. I know.
Secondly, I will seize the chance to be frank with you. Maybe I am talking on behalf of many of our colleagues. As you know that from the introduction, we all working and really under ultimate pressure of work, and we came here by ourselves to improve our knowledge. So nobody forced us like undergraduate. We are coming with all our willing. All we ask from you, inshallah, you will see all the people trying their best. My colleagues, my classmates here, there is people with me since 4 semesters, others 3 semesters, and other 2, and just new people come. You will see that everybody like to do their work. All we ask as a human, not a doctor, to put in mind that all of us are under pressure of work. And really, yani for Saudi Arabia, we just came. Maybe you will find some people now eating in front of the laptop. We will do our best with you. Just take this point in consideration, and inshallah, you will see a good work from our side.
Oh, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. That's why I said that if I need to make adjustments, I'm going to be honest. I was thinking about removing like papers due to see. I need to know how the school feels about that because I don't honestly, guys, I don't feel like I need to make you do your work or give you a time to submit it. You will submit it, and I know you guys are going to do good work. Let me just get the school's feedback on that. Because normally graduate classes, I don't put like time frames on it. Like at Canvas and the University of Texas, I'm not required to do that. So they allow me not to do that. Just submit all your work. I'll grade it when I get it. But I understand that, when I was going through my PhD program, I was working a full-time job, a big job. And then I was also teaching. So I had a lot going on. So I totally understand what you said. I truly know how busy everyone is. That's why if the school does not require me to say, hey, you guys got 8 days to submit the paper, I'm just going to say, hey, make sure you have everything in before class is over. And so that you can get a grade and stuff like that. And I just need to get their permission on how that works here. But no, I know you guys are, all of you are way smarter than I am. And so I know we're going to be successful in this class. So whatever I can do to help support, I just want us, the one thing I will ask is that when we're in here and we're having dialogue, for everybody to participate. I know you read, I know you're ahead and you're on top of things. That's the only thing I ask, because this is such a great field. I'm so passionate about it. And so that's the one thing. So is that good for everyone? Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Again, I will post if I make any adjustments, and hopefully I will. Soon as I get out of class here, I'm going to jump on with Mike, go through all of this, and I'll see what adjustments I can make and get that taken care of. So again, some things I have in my parking lot. That's an expression we use where there are things I need to come back to. I'm going to put the APA format template there, and I'm going to put a post-sample MBA program on APA style in there. And then and everybody has their book, right? So I don't need to try to download the book and post it anywhere because you all have access to it, correct? Okay, perfect. All right, then. So I'm going to share, and we're going to just kind of go through chapters 1 really, really fast here. I know we're at 11:18. Does anybody need to take a break before we get started?
Yeah, if it's 5 minutes, it would be great.
Yep.
Okay. Let's take a 5-minute break real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll start on chapters 1, get through it, and then hopefully, I don't know if we'll get through 2, depends on how inactive everyone is. And then we'll call it a day, and then I will see you all next week.
Doctor, I want to ask for help.
Huh?
I want to ask for help. I get the book on Moodle and I can't download it.
You can't download?
Yeah, I'm facing an issue while downloading the book.
Just try to scroll down a little bit. You'll find the book in a clickable format. Like you'll find the cover page, and you can click on the cover page. It will download it for you. Because the first one is not downloadable one, but I think the third post is the downloadable one.
Thank you so much for helping. Keep getting that message. Wait a minute. Let's see what this is. Download it here. Thank you.
For me, it requires a passcode.
A passcode?
Yeah, for McGraw-Hill. 20 characters. You have something called McGraw-Hill Connect.
Huh.
Abdul, if you don't mind, there is one link in the chat box. It's Google Drive, so it will not ask you anything. I just download it like this.
I downloaded first, and then now I'm trying to open the book, and that's what's happened.
Did you install this ice cream app?
Yes.
Can you uninstall it and reinstall it again and then try?
I'll try that.
I'm so sorry you're having these difficulties. I just tried to download it again so I can post it and it's not allowing me. So I'm so sorry, guys. It won't even allow me to do the chapters because that's what I was going to do. Just download the chapters and post them. And it's not giving me that option. It said I downloaded, but it's not opening. So it keeps telling me I'm experiencing some type of difficulty. Hey, let me know how you're going, okay? We're going to go ahead and move forward. And let me know how it's going, okay?
Okay.
Are you the only person? Everybody else, they have their books. I'm thinking nobody else outside of you said anything. So let me know. Okay, I'm
I'm
going to
working on
share.
that. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
I want to make sure you have it too. So if you, I'll stop at 11:50 just to make sure you have it, and I'll share my screen for now. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get
Yeah.
into what supply chain logistic management is, and this is just part one of the books, and it talks about establishing the strategic importance of logistics to achieve business success by creating value throughout the domestic and global supply chain. And I want you guys to kind of hold on to domestic and global supply chain, that statement, because it's going to be really important as we dive into chapters 1 and 2. It describes the current business attention to logistics, supply chain, and value chain management. Again, pay attention to words like supply chain and value chain management. Because for me, I'll be like, why are they saying supply chain and value chain? And we'll talk about that. The supply chain provides the structure for which logistics strategies are delivered and executed. And we all know coming up with a plan is delivered, executing, and getting it done. Chapter 1 discusses the frame shift from supply chain to value chain. And then chapter 2 is going to kind of get into the framework for understanding supply chain information system. The information system framework is introduced early in the text because this application provides the information stored in data communication that facilitates all logistics and supply chain planning and operation. You guys will understand, and I talk about this all the time in my day job, how we're in oil and gas, but at the end of the day, it is technology. Everything is being ran by technology, and logistics supply chain is going to kind of get into that as well. And so we're going to go ahead and just dive into chapter 1 here. So as you guys see, it talks about the supply chain revolution. And just based on this title alone, what do you guys think they're talking about before we dive into the reading? Hello? Does anybody want to try and tell me what they think this is?
I think this is related to the massive change that has been happened to the supply chain function.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. Because if you just think about it, remove the supply chain and revolution, think about it. Revolution is such a massive word. It talks about the change of something. And supply chain started massively, probably in the 70s at a smaller scale. But in the last decade, it has become massive. And that's because, like I stated earlier, 60% of consumers get things delivered to their residence, to their business. So think about that, 60%. It used to be a massive 70%. People would go into a store and pick up an item. And now 60% of consumers are purchasing things online through their phones, through computers. I mean, people are working out and on the phone and placing orders for grocery and food and going back home. So that's where this chapter's name is talk about. I know you guys have not had a chance to kind of read this chapter. And so I just kind of want us to scan through this really quickly to kind of get an understanding of what this data is talking about. When I say the word data, I'm talking about the words now, because data can be, and not just in technology, can also be in words. This data is talking about the two massive shifts in expectation and practical concern, best practice performance. Supply chain logistics has different aspects of contemporary management, and it's not the same thing. People think supply chain and logistics are the same thing. They are not. One is about the delivery and the other is about the product. Function feature. Just scanning through this reading. However, logistics best practices described in this text as performing work progress. Subject continues change based on the evolutionation of supply chain structure. So overall technology used to enable supply chain planning and execution. At first, you may appear to be inconsiderate. Next week I'll have my PowerPoint where I have this like chapter 3 broke down into a PowerPoint. So that's why I said reading is going to be really important, because my PowerPoint will detail that. I was late with getting access to this book as well, so I was not able to break down my PowerPoints. But starting next week, you'll see where I have a PowerPoint that will break down chapter 3, and we won't have to kind of look at it on the screen here. Like I state, this chapter is really small, page 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And this chapter is over. They're really small. And so you'll be able to kind of read a little bit before class and understand what's going on, so that when we ask questions during the PowerPoint, it'll have a breakdown of everything. And I'll post all of that in the team chat before class, and then I'll use it as my guidance as we go through classes. So forgive me for that, please. So does anybody want to talk about, take a few seconds and just talk about, here it talks about acknowledging dependence between business firm, creating the study of what's become known as distribution or market channels. And so can you guys kind of walk me through that? And we can take like eBay. Are you guys familiar with eBay and Amazon?
Yes.
Okay, so let's kind of use that as our premises to kind of highlight the distribution and the market channels. Okay, just based on this glance reading that we just did, does anybody have an idea how eBay and Amazon are and the market channels? And can you be both?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again, please?
I said, let's use eBay and Amazon as premises to have this conversation. And then let's acknowledge the dependable between business firms creating the study of what become known as distribution or marketing channel. And my question is, can eBay and Amazon be both?
I don't think so, because they basically depend on like leads from outside sources to their website. So they most probably are considered distributors, not marketing channel.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Does anybody else want to add to that conversation with him?
Well, I think Amazon is a little different than eBay. Amazon relies on having distribution centers across really the globe, where they store products with a promise to deliver them as quickly as possible. And they have developed their own criteria of what they should hold and how they should hold it. And then they deliver it as quickly as possible. Or eBay does not have that speedy promise, and I don't think they have a distribution center, but they basically connect seller to suppliers. I mean to buyers differently. I haven't seen a distribution center for eBay.
Okay. Anybody else want to add to it before I chime in on it? Okay, so I'll add my 2 cents to this conversation. Again, I want us all to kind of chime in on it. I think both of you are right. And just to kind of sprinkle some toppings on both of them, eBay is different in I can sell my stuff on eBay, like you said, and get my customers, but I have to ship directly to eBay so they can confirm and verify and then ship off. eBay is where you are the marketing channel. They're marketing your product on your behalf, and they're also a small percentage of distribution, meaning to verify the authentication of something, it has to go there for them to confirm it and then ship it out on your behalf. Amazon is so what Amazon has done brilliantly than any other market, any other brand, any other retail is that originally Amazon was a bookstore online where if I was a writer and I had a book, then Amazon would sell that book to me. Depending on my contract with Amazon, I could either send my product to them and they can ship it out and they will get a percentage of my sale, or the customer could buy. They would translate that sale to me, and then I would act as my own distribution center while I would pack it and ship it. What Amazon has done where they have monopolized the market. Yeah, you have companies like Walmart and companies like Sam who are part of the market now. But originally, Amazon had monopolized the market because not only are they their marketing channel, they're also their distribution. So that's why they have all those distribution centers. Because, say, for example, Muhammad, if you and I have a product, we could have a contract with Amazon where they would house it at their facility, they will pack it and ship it on our behalf, or they would only sell it and then we would be responsible for the shipping of the product. They don't own the authentication of the product as eBay does. eBay said part of our guarantee is to say that if you're going to buy a Louis Vuitton or a Guess bag or a Esme bag from us, we're going to guarantee that it's an authentic bag. What Amazon does say is if you ship it here, we're just going to ship it out directly like it is. Or you can be like a store and sell it here and we'll be responsible. But it depends on the type of contract that you have with us. Does that make sense to everybody? So that's why with some of you stating, I want to be my own business, I want to start my own business, and I want to understand supply chain. My question to you was, are you going to farm that side of the business out? Some of you said, no, I need to hold it. I need to control it. And a lot of companies do. That's why you got companies like Bath Body and Works, companies like Amazon that are not Amazon, excuse me, Walmart saying, I'm going to own my own distribution. So I'm going to have the product housed in my center so I can control it. And billion-dollar companies can do that both here in the States and both in like Saudi Arabia and Egypt and Morocco. They can do that. But if you're a small mom and pop store, you can't afford to do that. So you farm that side of your business out. What you then try to do, guarantee that they're going to hit your customer in a timely manner to ensure success. Because when you farm that's out, because we do have companies that are 100% distribution. Are you guys familiar with the company called EdTech? EdTech is a huge EdTech is housed here in the States. It is a huge company, and all it does is ship on behalf of its customer. So I am a company that makes candles. I have a contract with them where my product is made and shipped to them, and they ship it out to the consumer. So when the customer goes on my website here on Shopify or my Amazon store, wherever I have my little store, and this is mortar, brick is like the Walmart where you can go and drive to it. I shop, I buy the product here. It gets put into their database. They fill the order and ship it out. And that's how they make their money. And they are a million, hundreds and hundreds of $1 million company because they do it for all over. They have distribution centers in the South. They have them in the north part of the U.S., in the northern eastern states. They have them all over the world, and they've made millions just doing that. They don't own anything. They ship it out for the customers, and they ship out with private distributors like drivers FedEx, because FedEx is another company where only thing they do is drive the product to have it delivered, and like UPS. Anybody have any questions, concerns here around distribution and marketing channels? So my question to you, is it smart to be both, or is it smart to only focus on one entity of that? And I'm going to stop sharing so that I can see who's participating in this conversation.
I think depending on the business, both strategies are well. Depending on the business, small businesses will prefer one of them, and the other one will be preferred by bigger businesses. All they have pros and cons. We cannot say the one is the ideal and the other one is not working. This is my opinion.
Okay, I like that perspective. Does anybody else want to add to it or take away from it?
I think that the one which adopt the business model of marketing, their profitability is more and they are having lower risk because they don't have to spend more money on physical distribution centers and management systems and all this stuff. So I think they can earn more money. However, the target, the customers which they will be dealing with them is smaller number than the distribution, the one which is having physical or actual distribution center all around the country or something.
Okay. Okay, that's a good point. I like that. So let me add to the question in your thinking here. When you think about distribution, is it smart to just farm that side of the business out? Is that what I'm hearing? And give me some why behind that thought.
I believe it depends on the stage of the business and the size of the business. So, for example, if you're still in the initial stages or small, probably don't have the resources to have the storage and the facility to do that. So at that stage, I would imagine it would be easier and most cost effective to rely on someone else to warehouse your product and send it. But you also are subject to that distribution center or that company that's doing this fees and cost and you're vulnerable for what they could do as far as new policies, as far as new fees. So if you're gonna grow, yeah, it will be a little bit more like Amazon does. It's basically they want to own the whole thing. They store the product and they also deliver it, bypassing the need to have somebody like UPS or FedEx, and therefore they have better, in the long run, better profitability because they don't have to take the fees that the UPS or FedEx is going to charge you. But obviously, you have to spend a huge amount of money to get to that size, which they did.
Thank you. I love that point. I want to show you something in the book real quick. See here at the bottom where it says, during the last decade of the 20th century, channel strategies and structures began to shift radically. Traditional distribution channels arranged movement towards more integration and collaboration. And so for me, if I was starting a business and we already, and I'm only talking about my lived experience in the US, we already have those collaborations and resources already farmed up. Like, and this is me seeking to understand, are in Saudi Arabia and Morocco and Egypt, do you guys have US postal services like we do? Federal Postal Service where we deliver mail?
There is, plus there are private companies who are doing partnership as well for dispatching and delivering goods and services as well.
Okay, so you guys have similar to us. The U.S. Postal Service has been around since like the early 1900s. So if I was selling and the US Postal Service in the last 40 years have now started to take on what they call private work, they were federal government, so they were only funded through the US government here. But in the last, to get additional costs for them, they now take on things like FedEx and UPS and Amazon. So Amazon is now contracting them to deliver, right? Because they're already set up. They already have the mail trucks. They already have the framework and the ecosystem to deliver. So what they're saying is, hey, I would do 20% of my business on the distribution side to the U.S. Postal Service. And not only is the U.S. government funding, it's getting private resources as well. So they can also farm out to new companies starting up. And so I would personally collaborate as a small company, like you said, Mohammed, to reduce my costs so that I can focus on having enough of the product, which is supply chain, and then working with companies like eBay and Amazon and Walmart to get my product on the shelf. Let them worry about the product on the shelf because you've already paid me to have the product. It's now your responsibility to ensure the procurement, which is having the product, and the distribution, which is delivering the product. And so that's my approach I would take as a new business owner. So I appreciate the dialogue there. Does anybody else have anything to add to this? Guys, just to say, know that participation is part of the class. I will be grading you on that. Okay, so here it says the 21st century has resulted in increased integration between supply chain partners. That's the manufacturer, that's the person who makes the product. Distribution, that's the person who distributes it. And then the retail, companies like Learners, companies like Bath Body and Works, companies like Target, Amazon, those are the retail. That's why they call it brick and mortar. Most Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, they're both brick and mortar, but it's those smaller brands, mom pop stores, companies that have what they call a mortar, which is just stores online. They don't benefit from the retail side. That's why they have stores like on Amazon, because Amazon is just, Amazon doesn't own anything. I tell people that all the time. It doesn't own not one product on the shelf, unlike Walmart, where Great Value is their brand of products. They own that side of the business, but Amazon, they don't own anything. They're an online store. I always tell people Amazon is the Walmart. It's an online store only. And so involve an increase in volume for mass merchants. Prior to reviewing the generalization of supply chain model, it's important to understand why integration creates value. So what that means is having your product available. We're going to dive more into that in the next chapter, but this is something, yes.
I was going to say, isn't Amazon currently has like Amazon Basics, which is basically like the great value brand that like Walmart has, but there's certain essential stuff that everybody uses that they start actually having some factories manufacture those and label it as Amazon products. They do like in suitcases, they do a lot of things that is really essential, even clothing. They start having their own brand, kind of their own brand, but it's not, obviously it's not made by them, but it's made by somebody making and with the label.
If it is, I'm going to check now. The last time I checked with Amazon, I didn't know they had that. That's why they bought, are you guys familiar with Whole Foods? I know the people. Okay, so you know Amazon bought Whole Foods. And they bought Whole Foods to have more like a retail brand, because in the States and even worldwide, because Walmart has stores in China and different things. And then they brought a brand in Mumbai that I was part of. And Dubai, they bought a brand there. So it's a Dubai company that Walmart brought, and it's still going by its name that's known, but it's a Walmart company. They're infusing some of their brand there. I know Walmart has great value, but I'm going to check to see if Amazon have a brand. So give me just a second. I want to make sure, because I didn't think does Amazon have a brand?
It's something as basic
Does
as
Amazon have an actual brand? Oh, you're right. It says here, it says Amazon has many brands. It has Amazon Basic, the most successful brand with hundreds of products line like electricity, home and housing, and home and kitchen aid. It has a jewelry brand. It's called Amazon Collection, and Amazon Essential is a clothing brand for men and women. Outside in the last 10 years, they have, it's sold through a third party product though. So they do started to have that. And that has been in fruition for the last 5 to 7 years when they brought the brand. They realized as a competitor to Walmart, where Walmart outstood them was they did not directly own a brand and did not have, as they say, game in it. And so they brought the brand. Okay, yeah, they do. So Amazon is now, yay, Muhammad! Yay! Muhammad just taught all of us something. And they just got into it because I'm telling you, unless you got skin in the game, that expression that they use to really understand how do you create a product. We had a shortage of eggs. I feel like in the last 5 years here in the state, eggs were like $8 here. They're so expensive. And so Walmart went and bought a chicken farm so that they can have their own eggs because they were so expensive. And where Walmart was leading in the market where we save people money so they can live better, and eggs was costing $8, $9, $10, $15, $20. They were so expensive. Even they're still expensive. I was like, I'm not an egg eater. And so I was like, why are eggs so expensive? I had to buy them for the holiday to cook. I was like, why are these eggs so expensive? But yes, so they went and bought a chicken farm so that they can produce their own eggs. And I do know that Amazon made a bid for Tyson's eggs to go and buy them so they can sell them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's happening. Does anybody else want? Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to say they might do that, but under a different entity. It might still called Amazon, but maybe Amazon eggs or Amazon farmers, or I mean, typically they would have a different entity under the bigger entity to do this, right?
Yep. Because it says Amazon brands are available at Amazon.com, Amazon Fresh, Prime Poultry, Prime is not, we know Prime now, Amazon Go, and then Whole Foods. Of course, we know Whole Foods and stuff like that. And so it's sold under third-party product, and it's called the exclusive brand.
Yeah, so I think Amazon is still a store.
Yeah.
And then they make other companies that have different entities, and they are like standalone entities. Although they join, I mean, they have the same mother company, but I believe Amazon as Amazon is still a store.
Yeah,
They also have their camera system and smart home devices that's branded to them. So that's basically how they collect information and actually they. Yeah, the ecosystem and all that.
Were you guys, I don't know if you guys were packed in like Dubai and Egypt and Saudi Arabia. So they just recently got sued because their Alexa, and I don't say it loud because she's like in my kitchen. I don't want her to be seeing that. Don't laugh at me, Mom. But
it happens to me all the time. Sometimes in commercial also.
Yes, she was recording and people look like it shows where she is saying stuff because she's recording. And when you first bought the product, it says it wasn't doing it, but it was collecting data. And so I started to kind of test it. I would talk about rugs, and then I started to see from that app to my cell phone, all these ads about rugs popping up on my phone. And so there was a massive, they just got sued. The US government sued them here. And they paid to the SEC about Security Exchange, right? They paid about 100 millions, hundreds of millions, and every consumer who has an Alexa is going to get like a year back. Well, they're not going to pay you back. You're just not going to pay for the product for a year. So, I mean, they're not giving any money. They're just not. And so it's just things like that, like really understanding product and stuff like that. So, guys, we have 5 minutes before class is over. If those of you who can come on camera, again, I want to make sure that this class is super engaged and you're getting from it what you can. Again, you'll find that I'm super, super passionate about supply chain, and I can talk about it, and we're going to go through it. I need your feedback in order to make sure I'm headed in the right direction and giving you information that's going to make you successful. And I am open to any adjustments I need to make. I know I'm going to go back and change like the word count on the questions. And does everybody have their book? Adai, do you have your book? Because I was worried about you. I posted in the chat. Okay, I want to make sure everybody has their book because you need to read ahead. Like next week, let's hit chapter 2, scan through chapter 2. I'll kind of knock it out really fast in the class, and then chapter 3. And so I'll have a PowerPoint. I won't have the book up. I'll have the PowerPoint and we'll go through it. So make sure you read it. Make sure we're engaged in class. If there's any feedback for me to adjust, please let me know if there's anything I need to tackle. And then I just want us to keep having conversations like we did today. Is that good for everyone? Okay, great. You'll find that I'm super easy. I'm super laid back. And so whatever I need to do to help you be successful, just let me know. I'll make sure I post all the things that I need to post for APA paper, the template, the APA format template, and I'll post the old master's program paper so you can kind of see that. And everybody has their books, and I'll adjust the word count for the questions and stuff. And so are we good? I had a good class despite all the hiccups. I'm so excited about this class. So forgive me for missing things. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. If y'all need anything, reach out to me. I'm so excited. I know all of you are going to do well in here because all of you are way smarter than me. Again, if there's some culture things I need to adjust, please let me know. I'm so willing to do that.
Yeah, I have a question. I managed to open the book, but do I have to use this app every time, or can I download it as a PDF later on?
I'm trying to download it as a PDF. Or have any of you been able to download it as a PDF?
No, but there are some.
No, it doesn't allow.
Free services when you Google converting EPUB to PDF or using the software that I mentioned, Calibre. They have the functionality to convert it to PDF.
Mark, do you mind sharing that in the chat so that we can all do that?
I did it earlier, but I will send it again, definitely.
Okay, thank you. Does everybody see the chat so that if anything is being placed in there, we all have access to that information? And you guys are a tribe now, so make sure you guys like look out for each other and support each other and stuff like that. This is the chat, so if anybody needs anything here. Oh, here's the name about here and there. If you download that, you'll be able to put it in a PDF. I think that's the email that the guy sent me too that says I can do that. Okay. Guys, have a great evening where you are. Be safe. Take care of your families. And if anybody needs anything, just reach out to me, okay?
Thank you very much, Professor.
All right. I'll see you guys next week. Yay, this was awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.